You know what's not as bad, but still bad? A guy taking his guitar out, doing a cover
I hate
of
it.
Wonderwall or something.
That happens at British parties.
Serenading you. Oh, no.
That happens at British parties. There's
Wonderwall.
always
Of
a
course it's
guitar,
Wonderwall.
And it's always Wonderwall.
Oh. I mean, where'd you get this from? Did you bring it from your own house? Shout out to our sponsor, ExpressVPN. One of the best ways to keep your online browsing activity private is by using ExpressVPN. So protect your privacy today and get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Visit expressvpn.com/HAIYAA. That's, again, expressvpn.com/HAIYAA to learn more. Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Easy and affordable online therapy. When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/HAIYAA today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/HAIYAA. Welcome back to HAIYAA.
Oh, let me just move that. I'll just look in the viewfinder if it's there.
Oh,
It's just an annoying habit.
I see.
Definitely have.
Well, I mean, you're going to stare at the screen anyway.
Weirdly, I'm fine with the screen, but the viewfinder is so ingrained in me
Okay.
from the old days.
Behind the scenes chat with producer Matt here. We include this on the pod. We've started already. Okay? This is what you get, listeners. Matt, as a podcast producer, you've done so many things, but you still can't handle a camera viewfinder. It still distracts you. Welcome back, everybody, to HAIYAA Podcast, episode 37. It's nice. I think that's the right episode number.
It is.
Okay.
It is. I was impressed in my head. I was like, oh, well done, Nigel.
Ah,
That's
thank
good.
you.
Good start.
Thank you. And we are both rocking our merch, the Uncle Roger merch. Look at this. Matt looks good, right? This is the best Matt has looked for years. He's rocking the white MSG hoodie with the red color pop. The red color pop, by the way, this is so cool.
It's really genuinely very comfy as well.
Yeah, we changed merch providers, so the fabric now is so much better, listeners. And then the red color pop, that's not something you can get from like a print-on-demand service like Teespring.
Oh, yeah.
They can't just do print-on-demand like that. We have to actually customize it. We have to find a company that'll print something like that, and it's really beautiful. It looks cool.
It's really nice.
And the cap is good.
I think it might be a bit much cap and hoodie. If I was going out in public, I might look a little bit OTT.
Insane. Yeah. If I see someone dressed like this at my show, I'm like, oh no, this guy's gonna be annoying. This guy's gonna...
Especially if he's white as well.
This guy probably end up getting a Thai wife one day. He's just learning the Asian YouTube culture to attract some nice young Thai women.
Just latched onto the first thing he's seen.
Yes. Uncle Roger, yes. Yes. This is my opening line to all the Asian women I'm going to pick up.
Oh my God.
Hey girl, you watch Uncle Roger? But you look good. You look good. It's good merch. The cap is nice. The cap is very cool.
I really like it. I much prefer it to the Pornhub merch I was wearing. Really? This is a big upgrade. That isn't going to have any ramifications elsewhere, so it's good.
Yeah, there was one episode where you made Matt wear Pornhub merch. So go find that. I don't know what episode was that. Just put it in the B-roll. Put it on the video.
Fine.
Yeah, because go see that. Anyways, merch is cool.
Yeah.
Go get it. New merch drop. UncleRogerMerch.com. And you'll see me wearing this. Wear it to my shows, I'm actually gonna go to the US in 3 days. Thursday, we're recording this Monday. Thursday, I'll be flying.
Yeah.
For 2 months, man.
It's exciting.
It's too long. I miss my house.
Are you away the full period? You're not coming back?
Yeah, full period.
Oh my God, that is a long time. Yeah.
It's a long time. I'm going to be homesick. I'll come back a different person.
You're going to be stressed again, aren't you?
Oh, I'm going to be so stressed. My text messages are going to be like short and curt and rude.
I'm prepared.
I'm only human,
Yeah.
This is how I take it out on people. This is my therapy, taking it out on people. It has to go somewhere. What, you want me to just suppress it and then shoot up a school one day?
Oh, fine.
I have to take it out on someone, right? A lot of people say get therapy. I'm too busy, so I take it out on Matt.
So I'm literally taking a bullet for other people.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's not just you. It's my tour managers, it's my agent. I'll probably take it out on my creative producer, Siang, as well, who you just met.
Oh, he's lovely.
Yeah.
Don't take it out on him. Take it out on me. He doesn't deserve it.
Well, I'll take it out on everybody.
His work ethic's so good.
Yeah, I know. Puts you to shame.
He was like, yeah, I spend at least one day a weekend doing all that, that kind of stuff. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Who you met at the party? You met my creative producer, Siang, at the party.
So good.
Then that's how they got chatting. And then I'm glad you met an Asian person who works for me because you can see the difference, the contrast in work ethic, right?
Yeah.
You would leave me on red. If I texted Matt on Sunday, he'll leave me on red until Monday 9:30 a.m.
No, I don't.
It's happened before, and I get it. I get it. You're not supposed, you have to have your own time.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, my Asian workers don't do that to me.
It depends on how urgent it is. If it's really urgent, I'll respond any day. But like,
Okay.
I was like, yeah. that's a Monday problem.
Yeah. This is very new to all my Asian listeners.
Really?
Yeah, because in Asia we use WhatsApp for work too.
Yeah.
So they're probably listening to this in shock. Like, what? You can tell a boss? Yeah. That's a Monday problem, boss. Yeah.
Probably don't know the meaning of like leaving on red.
Oh yeah. No, the 2 blue ticks, and then the timer starts. In half an hour, you're fired. If it's 2 blue ticks with no reply.
I told you, I'm going to turn off my thing so the blue ticks don't come up. I'm going to do it.
I have had people on my social media I've seen. They said they're overworking, so they started taking therapy. And then I'm like, isn't that worse? Because now you have to find an extra hour a week.
Yeah.
Can you just work a bit less? By the way, this podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. We will get into that in a second. But therapy is important. But can you work a little bit less? Can you just clear out your calendar a bit and go take a walk and meditate? So, is therapy now this Band-Aid? It's just overwhelming. Instead of fixing it by working less, you just let me talk to someone.
You are right. It's quite stressful sometimes finding like an hour to be like, okay, I need to do nothing else. Can't answer emails, can't do texts. Just sat there on the phone. And sometimes, because I've had it before where, believe it or not, I've been really busy and I'm doing therapy. And then like, I'm obviously in the moment, but I'm almost so thinking like, oh my God, I need to check text. So then I just start doing it while I'm talking. I'm
Really?
just scrolling on my phone and it's like, why am I paying for this?
Your therapist probably has written that down somewhere.
Yeah. Distracted.
Can't turn off, can't focus on task. Symptoms of burnout. Drop the culture podcast. That's the... No. Therapy is important, But I think when I'm traveling, I don't know how I can find time for it. I'll try my best. Good thing BetterHelp has therapists at every location. We'll do the proper ad read later.
God.
But we had a party. What?
I love how you're teasing the ad.
It's in my mind. It's in my mind. I know I have to record it later.
Yeah.
But we threw a party. I threw a party on 3 days ago, and I invited a lot of my close friends and people I work with who came to my house. The party was at my house. And I had a private chef over. And I had
Yoko, she was
good
amazing.
Drink. Yeah, shout out to Yoko. On Instagram, she's at Make Me So Hungry. So if you want to throw a party and you want a private chef, go check her out. She's very good. Japanese hors d'oeuvres, And
So
then you
good.
love the fatty tuna, the otoro.
Oh, it's amazing.
Blowtorch otoro on a skewer.
Wow. Oh, I didn't see it. Was she blowtorching it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that bit.
Oh, of course.
No.
Because the kitchen's separated, so you're
Yeah,
just
of
hanging
course,
out. You're not supposed to see the help. Okay? Have you seen any episode of Succession? The help should be hidden. That's why I don't like an open plan house.
Okay.
I don't want to see the help. Okay? And Yoko's a good friend, but in the context of that night,
Yeah.
she was the help. And I treat them as equals, but I don't want to see them.
Okay.
Because, not because I'm like a classist or anything. Because when you're throwing a party, you want the illusion of shit just magically appearing.
Oh, I do love that. Yeah, that's
the
true.
illusion.
Okay.
Did I have to do cleanup the next day? Yes. But when guests are over, it's nice to give them the illusion, isn't it? That's why I go to restaurants. I want the illusion.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Food just magically appears. Michelin star food just gets plated on a nice plate and bowl, and I just eat it. And the food disappears somewhere. I don't see it.
Yeah.
And then the bill comes. But at my party, no bill, of course. But you had a good time?
Oh, such a good time.
Yeah.
I was helping Yoko out as well because people kept like congregating in the kitchen. And I was like, do you want me to clear them? And she was like, it's okay. I was like, just say yes, it's fine. I was like, guys, come on. Let's go in the other room.
This is not for you.
Yeah. I'm so used to being the help. I was there helping.
Yes.
I was one step away from me, like, oh, do you want me to grab some dishes?
You need to get used to this. Yeah, just enjoy the party. You
had
enjoyed
a good
it.
time.
That's good.
Gemma had a great time.
Oh yeah, Gemma, Matt's
It was
wife
lovely.
came too. We had a good chat. I haven't talked to Gemma since we recorded the podcast.
No, it's a long time ago now. I think that was like March.
Yeah, she
months
still
ago.
kind of likes me, so that's good. She listens to the
came
pod.
to your party, so
She listens to the podcast and she still kind of likes me. So that's it's good. It's good. Thank you, Gemma. Shout out.
You sound surprised.
They're still together, despite the Amsterdam hookups and the Thailand adventures, the Bangkok adventures. Matt and Gemma are still happily married.
Yeah.
So we got a lot to learn from Matt, how to keep secrets.
Oh my God.
I don't have my eye on you all the time. There were 12 hours in Amsterdam I couldn't account for.
I was working.
Yeah. He said, oh, I went to the airport. I queued for 5 hours. Really?
Yeah.
Really? But anyways, Gemma wasn't pleased. When I met Gemma, I saw Gemma. I said, sorry for the prostitute talk on
It
the
was
podcast.
the first thing Nigel said.
It was the first thing on my mind.
No small talk.
No small talk. Small talk comes after. Okay? And let me get the shit out of my brain first so I don't forget. What if I talk about the weather, then I forgot about the prostitutes?
Yeah.
That's bad. Let me get the important shit out the way first. So I open the door. Ding dong. I open the door. It's Matt and Gemma. Hey, Matt and Gemma. Sorry about the prostitutes, Gemma. Come in. Come in. Take your shoes off. Come in. Matt and hookers. I know.
No.
I know. What are we going to do? Boys will be boys, Gemma.
God. And Nigel later on was talking about going to strip clubs and smoking a cigar and chucking money and things, weren't you?
It's an American thing.
Yeah.
It's just, you do it. It's like going to the zoo.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You're not going to fuck the animals, are you?
Oh my
It's just something to do and look at. Okay? I'm not implying strippers are animals. I'm not implying strippers are the penguins you see. Okay? But I'm saying it's something cool to do. You go to a strip club, American strip club, you can throw dollar bills at bitches. And it's a nice thing to do, right? You can't throw dollar bills at bitches on the street. Anyways, how was my party compared to the average UK party? Well, let's set the scene more first.
Sure.
About my party. So they came in.
Yes.
I hung their coats.
Oh yeah.
You know,
that's
there's
good.
a little. My house is a small house.
Got
You
a
know,
cloakroom. That's
but
good.
there's a little small little cloakroom. It's not the biggest, but it's enough to hang. There's some hooks there.
Yep.
There's a place for everything. Put your shoes. There's a lot of shoes. Also, some shoes on the vestibule and like the hallways. But there's a hallway. You know, so everything's there. You don't see it when you enter the social space. There are no shoes, no coats. Everybody has a drink from a nice glassware. I bought extra glasses because I knew there was going to be a party. I have my party glasses, you know, so I put them in a
good.
box. And then when I invite more people over, I bring the whole box of like 18 glasses, you know. And then you have beer, I have wine, some good stuff too, because I know a lot of food people. Auntie Liz came to the party, so she brought a lot of wine from Mei, and she bought a very nice whiskey, a Yamazaki 12.
Oh, it's amazing.
That we kept hidden because my people, they know the good shit and they would just start drinking it.
Someone saw me with it and they asked me, "Where's it hidden?"
Yeah. They knew you didn't bring it. They knew it wasn't you who brought it. So we had whiskey, we had non-alcoholic stuff. The non-alcoholic stuff was like Dash Water's favorite
Gemma had
sparkling
one.
water
She loved
and
it.
kombucha
Yeah.
and some nice stuff. And then of course we had the private chef making Japanese hors d'oeuvres. And then you just sit around and chat.
Yep.
And then the help comes up with a little plate, a little tray, and you just take it. You know? And it's all very casual but very fun. It's not formal at all. People came wearing whatever.
Yep.
But it's just it just felt good, you know? It felt
Yeah.
very nice, welcoming. And the lighting was nice and dim. And at one point, somebody lit the fireplace.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We had nice music playing throughout the house. And I also gave them a house tour, showed them like the art I bought. Because I had some new pieces, new art come out. I bought some Lowry's, you know? And Lowry is a British painter, modernist. And what I like about him is that he depicts people working. You know, for a British artist, that is such a refreshing thing. Have you seen a Hockney? It's people in a pool always, right?
That's my kind of
Yeah,
art.
that's your art. That's why so many Brits like
You know what?
Hockney.
I actually love that. Those
See?
pieces, like in the California. Oh, yeah, I love them.
See?
The 60s.
It's the cultural ethos of this day and age. right?
You got that the bleak factory.
Yeah, I have the bleak factory, people in the suit trudging along. I have it in my bedroom because it reminds me to work. I like it. I can't have a Hockney in my bedroom. It's like, what? By the pool on a sunbed? Hockney, right? That's why Brits love Hockney. If you don't know, just Google Hockney, you'll see it. But about 2 pieces by Lowry. One's called Meeting Point, and the other one's Mrs. Swindell's Picture. So I gave my guests a little house tour. You know, if you're new to the house, you haven't seen the renovations, I gave them a house tour. It was very nice. So that was my party. What's a British party like? Tell us, Matt. Let me learn about your culture.
So basically, you get the text saying, yeah, party, whenever. I'm like, okay, that means we'll turn up like an hour and a half late. So we were half an hour late for your party, and I felt really bad. Everyone was here, and I was like, oh my God, have we completely misread the tone? Do you know what I mean?
No, because
I think there's like maybe 2 other people that arrived after us, actually. So
yes.
That made me feel a bit better about it.
Because we had food, and we didn't want the food to go cold.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was unavoidable. I wasn't being rude and thinking, we'll get there late. It was just like, both our work was just
it's okay. The food, we still save the food for you.
Yes.
But the people who came early, they're the foodies because they know there will be there'll be extras. So there'll be a second round. So sometimes when the second round, when we're having the second round, it's your first round. So you missed out on,
I see what you mean.
Instead of 3 pieces of otoro, you only had 1.
Yes.
I had like 4 or 5 pieces. Well, I was the host of the party. I paid the help, so I get extra.
So that's the first difference. Second difference is you drink what you bring, basically. so this concept of, I said to Nigel, any booze going? So we bought a bottle of wine, but you were like, we'll save that for another time. We'll drink it together. I was like, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had champagne going.
Yeah, because you were like,
Clicquot.
Matt, just open it. I was like, I can't open Verve Clicquot just casually.
Not that
that's the
expensive.
host needs to do that.
Okay, fine. I think it's an etiquette thing. But yes, we had some nice champagne.
Oh, nice champagne and like alcohol. He said, just go in the fridge. Anything that's out, just drink. And I was like, what is this? Utopia. Saying to a British person, drink whatever you like, that's a dangerous game. It will all go.
That's true.
I was on a roll. By the end, when Gemma was like, we need to get back because you're our dog and everything, I was on a roll.
I still had beer left over. You didn't finish the beer.
Really?
Yeah. I got you some really nice beer too. I got some really nice beer, some organic German lager.
Yeah,
because
we had some when we were away in Amsterdam and you knew I liked it. And I was like, that's really cute.
I wasn't thinking about that. I just got some, I need some nice beer. And I only shop at Planet Organic. So they don't sell Peronis there. They don't sell Carlsberg. So, I mean, it's my fault really. But thank you for thinking that I thought of you.
I'm a very vain, self-absorbed person, so of course I thought that.
But that's how you throw a nice party. You force yourself to only shop at Planet Organic.
Yep.
And then everything you buy will be like, people will be like, oh my God, kombucha at a party?
And I wasn't like, normally at like a British house party, someone would basically get on the sound, like the sound system, and then everyone would fight on what music they would play. And it'd be really loud, obnoxious stuff. You could barely hear each other talking. Yeah. So you're shouting the whole time. You're spitting on people while you're shouting.
And it would be a shit flat somewhere. And then at one point, somebody will start doing drugs.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be a circle going. You know?
Yeah,
I did laughing gas at a British party once. I was like, why are we sitting around doing this shit?
That's cheap.
How old are you guys?
Yeah.
What is this like metal tube? What are you doing?
And they just chuck them on the floor, the metal tubes.
Yeah. And then the floor's sticky.
Yeah.
Because they all wear their shoes in, they'll spill drinks. Nobody spilled any drinks. Nobody broke any glasses.
And it's all, and the floor becomes like sparse with guests because like everyone's just going to the bathroom all the time to do drugs.
Yep.
I don't do drugs. I find that really depressing.
I know.
What I mean? Like, it's just...
I think you only do drugs when there's no like good food or good drink. Then you have to like, I have to make this fun for myself somehow. And I'm very selective with the people I invite.
Yeah, it was a really good crowd, actually.
Yeah.
That was the other like difference. At a UK house party, I'm a very jealous person, so I'm always worried someone's going to like hit on Gemma and things like that. I'm like, who's this guy? What's his game?
You have to fight them.
And then at this like soirée, no worries about that. Everyone was really lovely.
Yeah,
and, like,
everybody's paired up.
Everyone's paired up.
Yeah.
I was thankful for that.
Yeah. I brought someone I was, kind of seeing, I guess. And then I hosted another party in March, which I also had someone different I was seeing at the time. So I don't want people thinking Nigel's throwing parties when he has like new people to show us. A new girl he wants to show us. New girl and new art.
Yeah.
Nigel's only throwing a party to show us his new possessions.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm doing. I flash my new watch, my new woman, my new art.
You'll do the next one when it's boiling and you're like, look at my air conditioning now.
Yes, we have air conditioner people currently working upstairs. Finally, I'm installing aircon, but not in the studio though. Because I realize the studio, I use it like 3 hours a week.
But I think like the musky, like hot smell in here after a record is conducive for podcasting. Do you know what I mean? It's like it adds to the aroma. It adds to the whole environment.
Don't gross out my listeners, please. After you said that, I think I'm going to install aircon now. I think Matt just convinced me to install a unit up there. You guys can't see it, but
it smells like work. It's good.
I don't want it to smell like work. How would you recognize what work smells like? Huh?
That's a good point.
Yeah. You Hockney loving, holiday having, music festival going person.
Well, that's the other thing we spoke about at the party. Nigel, I think, how did we get onto this? You're talking about like where we do our work from and things. And you said about the podcast and you don't want it being, you want it being done at a desk, in like a nice office and things. And I was like, I literally do it from my bed.
Oh, yeah. I found out Matt edits haiyaaapod in his bed. I'm like, what the fuck?
Not on top of the bed, not in bed.
Doesn't matter. When you work, you want to be in a proper headspace. I want to be at my desk, dressed like, like not pajamas.
Yeah.
Right? And then I want to be like, okay, let's crank this out. And then meanwhile, Matt is just in his bed, laptop on your stomach.
Yeah, it's on my stomach.
I know this.
It's on my stomach.
When I'm switching tabs between Adobe Audition and Pornhub.
No.
I know that. Laptop on your stomach gets hot.
Gets sweaty. Yeah.
Ugh.
Got my dog next to me, lying on me.
For the people in audio only, I'm miming Matt on a bed and a laptop on his stomach. Just scrolling. How can you do good work if you have a laptop on your stomach? I'm glad I'm not paying you by the hour because that will take way longer.
Gemma, we're in a one-bed flat, and Gemma's in the workspace then, so I have to go on the
Why
bed.
can't Gemma do her work on her stomach? Laptop on her stomach, huh?
I don't know. I think I'm being I'm being nice by saying I'll do it. I'll do it in the bedroom. I don't mind. It's okay.
Can you sit on the floor and use a bed as a table?
Well, there is actually a desk in the bedroom, but I like it on my stomach.
You prefer laptop on your stomach. My God. Never tell your boss this when you're working from home. Laptop on your stomach. I'm going to do a Zoom call and then you just see your chin. Laptop on your stomach. The camera is just right at your chin.
Yeah, leaving you on red. Laptop on stomach. Eating a pot noodle while doing it.
Listeners, if you hire people and they use a laptop on stomach, that's not a good vibe. It's like, why am I paying you? Why am I paying you this amount to edit an episode? Laptop on your stomach. That's a pose for when you're watching Netflix. Okay, laptop on stomach. It's not a working pose. See, that's a Hockney painting, laptop on stomach. I'm pretty sure that he probably made something like this, right? Laptop on stomach by the pool. Yeah. He probably has a painting like this. Go find it and put it as a B-roll.
Can of Heineken next to
it. Yeah. And it's shit beer too, because Hockney, British painter, right? They're not going to have like IPAs.
Yeah. Oh, I remember the context now. It's because you were worried about being hungover and you had to do work the next day after the party. And I said you could just work from bed, but that fell on deaf ears.
Yes. The whole party was looking at him. What? What, from what?
In this whole house. It's like just laptop on stomach.
That's your working post. I can't do that shit, man. And then we were talking to Gemma, right? Talking to Matt and Gemma. Gemma is Matt's wife. We did have an episode where Gemma was on, so go check that out. We'll link to it. We'll link to it in the description. And then something that really I really liked was that you were talking about. So we're talking about like you selling the house, very like 30-something topics, which I realized too. The person I brought to the party, the gal, the lady friend, was in her 20s, and I have another videographer who works with me. She's also in her 20s. One's 22, one's 23. And then I feel bad for them because it was a very 30-something party. A lot of house talk. My friend just finished flooring his house, and I'm making fun of how bad a job he's done. Because he came over and he looked at my floor. He said, "Oh, this flooring is done really well." I'm like, "Yeah, because I didn't do it." My friend was talking about he had to floor the house himself. He was talking about how long it took.
Oh, no.
He had another person, a neighbor who's also his friend, come over and help him out. And the neighbor's helping out from free. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Why are you doing this shit for free? And then he's not a builder. He's just some guy who works in an office. And then weekend warriors just floor it. And then he said it took like 60 man hours. You know, the whole weekend's gone. 2 people, Saturday and Sunday. So that's a lot, right?
Yeah, it is a lot.
And then he said it's bumpy in parts. And some of them look like they're moving a little bit still. And then he said, yeah, I definitely need skirting. And I told you.
You did. I remember you saying.
Yeah, I told you, didn't I? And it fell on deaf ears. People just don't listen. I know what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah.
And then now they're like, oh, we're going to paint it now. I said, okay, what color are you going to paint? And then he said, oh, we're going to paint it gray. Oh, gray, no, it's going to be shit. I told him it's going to be a cold color. And then he said, no, we're going to just do a feature wall. Feature walls. Stop it, guys. You want to paint, you paint the whole room, okay? Feature walls is so 2010. Enough with the feature walls. Paint colors give a room emotion. You can't have emotion if the color doesn't envelope you.
Yep.
Okay? In my interview with AD, this is what I'm going to bring up. If AD we are pitching this house to AD because it looks really pretty, right?
Cool.
AD means Architecture Digest, okay? For the people, the poor people out there. AD stands for Architecture Digest.
Nice. That's cool.
They're not necessarily going to run the piece, but if they do, it would be funny, I think. I'll bitch about people who shit interior design. Stop it with the feature walls. Stop doing shit yourself.
Yeah.
But we just talk about that in a fun way. I just made fun of him in a fun way. I just ridiculed him in a fun way. I just humiliated him in a fun way.
In front of people he hasn't met before.
Yeah. But because my friend, he bought this flat, new build, and it doesn't come with floors.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because the property developer probably thinks like, oh, we'll let them do their own flooring, save money. Or they think like everybody wants slightly different types of flooring. If we put like proper hardwood, people will be like, why is it so expensive? You know?
True.
So I guess I see their point, but I think they're just being cheap. The property developers are being cheap. Come on, just put a fucking floor in there, man. Don't let people step on concrete. So my friend did the flooring. We talked about the flooring works. We talked about my house works, renovation, mortgaging stuff. Matt's trying to sell the house and remortgaging. Oh my God.
Estate agents.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Matt had estate agents over and he said they're all dicks. I can't use a C word. It's going to get demonetized. We're trying to be good here.
That is what I used.
Yeah.
I did use the C word.
He called them the C words. I'm like, well, what do you expect, man? That's what they're known for, you know?
I was bringing the tone down at the soirée. I felt bad.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm glad you're like one of the few Brits there.
Yeah, really?
You, Gemma, my lady friend.
Yeah.
Who else?
I called her Posh at the end.
Who?
Your lady friend.
You called her what?
Posh.
Posh? Did you? She is pretty posh.
She is.
Yeah, I only date posh people.
She went to a boarding school and I was like, oh, cool, you're posh.
Yeah.
And I realised as I left, I was like, yeah, that's not a socially acceptable thing to do.
Why is it not?
Well, just like, you shouldn't label people.
You should label people.
I literally just met her, but it was at the end of the evening. So I had a few drinks and things. And
it's fun to label people because then you get to see their reaction, right? That's half the fun in the conversation, right? You say something outrageous and see how they respond.
Yeah, she didn't really know how to respond.
That's what posh people do. Their faces don't belie emotion.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So you hit the nail on the head. If you tell me, Nigel, you're posh, I'm like, what? Me? Thank you. And then you heard, you're like, yeah, he's not posh. He's trying to be posh.
Yeah.
You know? Posh people will be like, what?
Yeah,
no emotion. Poker face all the time. Okay? So Matt and Gemma are talking about selling the house. And I don't know how we got to this, but I think it was a prostitute talk.
Probably.
And then Gemma said, Matt can never leave. We're talking about my divorce.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We were. Yeah, of course.
And then you were like, if Gemma leaves, I don't know what I'll do. And then Gemma said, if Matt ever leaves, I'm going to make his life hell.
Yeah.
Because Gemma's the posh one in this marriage, you know? And posh people, I don't even know this, but rich people and posh people, they all have connections to lawyers because they've either been sued, they're suing people, or they need lawyers to help out with, family business stuff. So Gemma has an army of lawyers ready to go. The moment Matt puts even attempts a divorce, She probably hired all the divorce lawyers in London.
Yeah.
You know, you can't call anyone. She's gonna make your life hell.
I'm sure they were reading over the prenups, like details, while I was in Bangkok and Amsterdam. Ready.
She probably has some documents ready to go. Just waiting for some photographs, you know?
I was glad the key still worked in the door when I got back. Like with my suitcase, I was like, come on.
But okay, if you and Gemma split, and you have to split it 50-50, right? Everything. You'll take Gemma's shit. Gemma probably has all the protections done, you know?
I would never do that to her.
Really? Everybody says
but
this.
I love how she's like so happy to.
She would do this to you though.
In a room of strangers, that I would make his life hell.
Yeah. She would do this to you. She would take half your short film.
Yeah.
What else do you own? Tell us.
Not a lot.
Your dog. You'll have your dog. Your overdraft.
Oh yeah, she'd take the dog definitely.
No, you guys are good together. Hold on to her.
Yeah, I'm very lucky.
Just be better at keeping secrets. You know? Miami up next.
But Gemma's going to come to New York with us, which is going to be amazing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
okay. That's cool. Yeah, we're going to podcast. Matt's going to travel to some of the cities. I'm going to be in Toronto, New York, Miami.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. I'm very excited.
Yeah, thanks. The podcast is going to lose money again the next few months.
No, it's
but I really hope we can break even.
Yeah.
We got two ad reads this episode, and the first one is, this episode is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Of course, I love that product. I use it, especially when I'm traveling, to watch a lot of like British programs and access certain websites, certain bank accounts only let me use a UK IP, which is annoying. And also, ExpressVPN has been very good. They work with the Uncle Roger channel a lot, and it's very fast. Speeds are good, you know? And they say, keep your online browsing activity anonymous. I need to be better at that because I look up a lot of weird shit. Shit. You don't want your family members or your loved ones to see your porn search history. And that is the saddest thing. You know, imagine if Gemma found Matt's porn search history. So, Matt, you need ExpressVPN.
Thanks, Nigel.
Right? For all the things you don't want Gemma to know about.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, like booking nice surprises and yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like booking nice surprises, restaurants and things. Yeah, you're right. Good point.
With ExpressVPN, with one click of a button, you're protected. Gemma won't know. Okay? And I've connected to, Netflix shows you different shows too, right? I've used ExpressVPN and clicked Korea, and there's so many other shows on there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, and obviously, like, I love it for sports because especially like doing some traveling coming up, the World Cup's going to be on. I need to be able to watch that.
Yes.
I need to be able to watch it. So I can with ExpressVPN.
If you're the average British male who's into like your football, you need that.
Watch that on the laptop on the stomach. I love it.
Laptop on the stomach, watch your football. How do you watch porn? By the way, how do you watch porn with a laptop on your stomach? So you laptop on your stomach and then you touch your dick and then so your hand's behind the laptop. That's weird.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know?
No.
Then how do you watch porn in bed? Without a phone? The logistics of laptop on your stomach, it's weird. It's weird. There's a lot of users for ExpressVPN, that's what I'm saying, okay? Even if for security-wise, even when you use incognito mode, your internet provider can still see every single website you visit. So protect your privacy today and get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Visit expressvpn.com/haiyaaapod. That's expressvpn.com/HAIYAA for 3 months free with a 1-year package. Visit expressvpn.com/haiyaaapod to learn more. Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. In life, you get a lot of problems. And you need to solve these problems. And to solve these problems, you need to have good mental health.
I agree.
What's a problem you're experiencing right now? Gemma's trying to leave you. So if you need to figure out, Gemma's gonna have all her lawyers sue you, and that's gonna put you in a bad place. So before that happens, you need to prepare for Gemma's leaving. And Gemma's suing you. And you need to use BetterHelp.
By the way, I love the therapy voice. So we talk about BetterHelp, you always go like a bit softer, like a bit soothing.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Because I'm not going to be like, BetterHelp! Talk to your therapist, bitch!
I have a good real world example.
Oh, finally, Matt contributing to the podcast. Please. Personal experience is always good.
Speaking to a therapist recently, I was talking about trying to separate my identity from my work because
Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to do that?
Because they're so linked and I care so much that it's sometimes a bit toxic for me. Because I worry, like say there's some bad comments on a video or something, I'll take it very personally. So I'm trying to separate it and be like, this is work, and then that's not who I am. It's just something that I do. And I found it really helpful. It was like, that's an interesting distinction.
What did the therapist say? So how was the solution? How do you separate work from your personal life?
Well, it's a whole, obviously, it goes back to childhood and things like that. There's a lot of links.
So when you were a child, did people make fun of your hair? Is that what happened?
No.
Okay.
I think it was more just around being able to separate yourself so then you don't take things so personally. Like criticism. I'm not very good at taking criticism.
So you're saying your therapist taught you how to disassociate. The coping mechanism used by rape victims. That's what you need to handle some YouTube comments. Is that...
Not just that, but the short film as well, because obviously with the festival circuit, there's a lot of rejections and things, and it's hard not to take it personally. Actually, on HAIYAA, the comments are generally very nice.
Yeah.
They're not as about appearance and things. It's more about the content, which is good.
Listeners, write in a nice comment from Matt, sensitive soul.
I am sensitive.
You guys made him need therapy. So are you happy now?
That's not what I'm saying.
But Matt has used BetterHelp because everybody gets a discount code, which we'll read out later. And then it's useful, right?
Yeah, it genuinely
it's been helpful.
It is helpful.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel better. Like when you make these kind of breakthroughs, it makes you feel a lot better about yourself. Even if it's it doesn't fix the problem, just knowing what it is and being active in what you're doing, making those active choices. It's good.
From an employer's point of view, I would love to have someone whose identity is completely just work. But if it helps you and it helps you be more productive, then I'm glad you take BetterHelp.
The therapist is just look, just leave them on red. It will help.
Block it out. Block it out. Set some boundaries. Therapists always tell you this. Set some boundaries.
They love boundaries.
Listen, boundaries go against efficiency. Okay? Set some boundaries, sure. But if it helps your mental health, then I'm okay with it. Okay? But ideally, no boundaries. Yeah. Ideally. You live to work.
Yeah.
No Hockneys, please. Only Lowry paintings. But are you not now a better problem solver?
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely. See? BetterHelp. When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/HAIYAA today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/HAIYAA. So these two ad reads are going to help pay for Matt's plane tickets and hotel tickets.
And I've been desperately haggling with all the studios we're working with. Because
good.
I'm if I can keep them low, it means I can come to different places.
In the beginning, we're talking about, if this podcast goes well, which it has been growing, if this goes well, we'll give you some percentage of the ad revenue. And Matt hasn't brought that up for a while because he knows. He knows I'm out of pocket. Pay for his flights and shit.
I've been waiting for when the tour finishes and we're just every week in here, then I'll strike. Yeah, could you imagine?
I didn't talk to Gemma's lawyers.
The audacity if I then said about equity or something, that would be ridiculous.
After the Bangkok flight and the Amsterdam.
Or just do it in Bangkok. Just sat there having a really nice meal. I'm like, say, Nigel.
Good. You know how to play the political game. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Do you like my other friends? A lot of Malaysians were there.
Yeah, oh, they're so nice.
Right?
So
and we got my comedian friend Russell was there.
He was cool.
So,
but yeah, you've got really nice friends. It was a really nice group.
Yeah, Russell's a cool comic friend with his shit together. He owns his own place and then he travels and performs and he's very, very funny. Russell is the person, if you've been to my tour show, the little audio right before I go on stage, please welcome to the stage is lover of MSG, Uncle Roger. That voice is his voice.
Oh, no.
Because I don't work with an opener anymore. So I just have an MP3 of Russell.
Cool.
Bringing me on stage. And, I pay him some money and I use it. It's cool. It's cool. He's a cool guy.
And it was nice meeting some fans of the pod as well. It worries me when talking to your friends and they're like, oh yeah, I've been watching the podcast, Liz watching the podcast. I forget that real people watch it because when it's just fan comments on YouTube and stuff, I just don't even think of them as people. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
That sounds horrible.
Here we go. We go. The fascist is coming out.
I don't mean
Who
it in a
else do you
bad
not
way.
view as people? Women? Old people I don't view as people.
That's not how I meant it. Just that's like
You're getting too comfortable in this room.
no.
This room is doing things to your head, Matt. The incel room turning you into an incel.
No. I retract my statement.
You need to view our fans as people, Matt. Okay? Please don't view them as less than human.
No, I just mean like IRL. It's nice to meet people IRL who listen to it.
Okay, fine.
That's all I
Good
meant.
save.
Yeah, thank
Good
you.
save.
Thank you. They're not people.
You came to my party and then you requested for poetry, for me to play poetry
Did
at
I?
the party. Yeah. I think it's because you saw my books, and then you were like, oh, it's very artsy, these books, you know?
Oh yeah.
And then
okay,
you were
I do
like,
remember.
I feel like this is a party where you can play poetry. I'm like, what?
Maybe in the bathroom or something.
Poetry in the bathroom?
They do that apparently. Gemma said they do that at Coots. You go in there in the bathrooms, they've got like poetry playing.
Oh, cool. It's like the posh bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not 80, okay? That's creepy as shit. And then you're just peeing, and then T.S. Eliot, The Wasteland. What? Emily Dickinson.
Bit of Keats.
Yeah.
Really?
So why did you bring up poetry there? Did it give up that vibe? Do I give up that vibe that I listen to poetry?
Yeah, I think so.
What?
Yeah, I do. You look at like the book collection and you're looking around the house. It's it's like you take yourself seriously.
No.
No.
I have threesomes and bang people, okay? It's the wrong vibe for the house.
It's nice.
A poetry house? I get laid, Matt. Okay? Where'd you get this poetry idea from?
It would be nice.
Nah, I don't think so.
No.
I actually get laid, so I don't blast poetry on Spotify. Okay? I'm trying to get laid here.
Your lady friend would love it if you were reciting poetry to her.
Nothing is worse than a guy trying to recite poetry to you. Okay? You know what's not as bad, but still bad? A guy taking his guitar out, doing a cover
I hate
of
it.
Wonderwall or something.
That happens at British parties.
Serenading you. Oh no.
That happens at British parties. There's
Wonderwall,
always a
of course it's
guitar,
Wonderwall.
And it's always Wonderwall.
Oh. A guitar always comes out. Yes, I remember now. I mean, where'd you get this from? Did you bring it from your own house?
And it's never in tune either, because it's like the end of the night and like,
And it's never good. It's not like he's a professional musician. It's just some prick.
You're lucky I didn't bring my guitar to this.
No, please. I'll fire you immediately on the spot. You bring the guitar out. Like, okay, we're finding a new producer for the podcast. So, I'm glad I don't have to go to a British party ever again. Hopefully never in my life.
You must have done some in your time.
I have
though.
done a few.
Yeah.
I have dated British women.
Yeah.
And they brought me to a party. And I can't wait to leave.
Oh, and the food is like frazzles and stuff like that. I don't
There's
know if you
no
know
food sometimes.
Well, sometimes there's no food.
And plastic cups.
Yep. Like
A lot of plastic cups.
Yeah, plastic cups. The food, if there is food, is like crisps.
I'm classier than that.
Yeah.
You know, wore a nice blazer, you know.
I asked Yoko, I'm like, got any crisps? I didn't really.
Good.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, Matt's not invited to my next party. Look at this shit. Trying to throw something nice here. Seriously, there was a woman I was seeing at one time, and then and I was like, I liked her, but I didn't like her enough to make it more serious. So we just kind of just hung out, banged, only at night. We didn't do anything in the daytime. Just one of those. And then what really sobered me up with this thing was like she invited me to a party and I met her friends. And I'm like, oh boy, okay. I don't ever want to talk to these people again. Thank you for sealing the deal for me. And
What
then
was
so
wrong with the friends?
I don't know, just the typical Brit.
What, really loud? After alcohol anyway, really loud.
Yeah, loud and annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. British women, when they get drunk, man. Oh my God. Just scream.
Yeah.
And then the party was shit. It was a birthday. I brought a gift, and I was the only one who brought a gift. Now I look like the idiot for doing something nice. You know, I had diptyque candles going at my party.
Yep.
And then she was just like cheap alcohol, cheap booze, plastic cups. Her friends just droning on and on about stuff that don't matter. But British party small talk, man. Oh my God. See, they don't open with sorry for the prostitutes.
No, they don't.
They open it. So what do you do? How do you know the person? How's your commute? Where do you live? You know, terrible.
I mean, that was I used all of those questions.
See?
On Friday night.
See, you really get a lot more for your money when you move further out of the city. You know? People think it's far, but it's actually just a 45-minute train from Waterloo. Oh my God! Right? Exactly these phrases.
Yep.
So at that party, the British woman's party, the British woman I was seeing, that was years ago now. And then after the party, we slept together, whatever. And then I said, "Oh, I've got to go." I didn't like staying over at other people's places.
Yeah.
You know? So at 3 a.m., I just got an Uber, left her place.
That's brutal.
I just wasn't having a good time.
But I mean, you could have got up in 5 hours and left.
I didn't want to. No. I just wanted to leave.
Yeah.
But I was horny too, so I wanted to bang before I left. So I got what I wanted. And then I left at 3 a.m. And then the next morning, I got a text from her and said, "Hey, I was thinking about this." And I think she said, "Oh, I'm looking for someone I can, wake up next to and move forward with. Not someone who just leaves at 3 a.m. after a party. And I understand you always said that it wasn't something serious for you. You're looking for something casual, so it's not your fault at all. But good, nice to, nice to hang out. But I don't think we should talk anymore." And I'm like, "Oh, thank fuck. Thank fuck. I love it when women think I'm the bad guy. Thank fuck."
Amazing.
Because then I don't hurt their feelings. Then now she's the one who lets me go. But I'm like, yes. All my little signs I've tried to put out, it's worked. So throwing a bad party can be disastrous for relationships. If you want a good party, you want to attract the right people. Then you want to throw a good party, Yeah, a nice house, nice hors d'oeuvres. Yeah.
I think we need to get you to another British party. Maybe New Year's Eve, you come to ours.
New Year's Eve. I'm hosting something at my New Year's Eve, okay? You're welcome to come. I'm not going to yours. I know what it's going to be.
Come on, you're going to come to Clapham.
Oh, no. Yeah, at a British party, man, like a lot of people do like just do cocaine and it's so obvious. You suddenly get so energetic and talkative. But not talkative in a good way. They're still like boring conversations, but just drone on and on and on.
And it's really bleak when you just see like remnants of it just like on their shirt.
Yeah.
Like,
No. Nobody at my party did drugs.
No.
Thankfully. I will not allow that shit in my Pharaoh and Ball house.
Well, not that you know of anyway.
Oh. No, I know those people. We're pretty adult here.
Yeah.
We all got shit to do the next day. People had espresso shots. That's the hardest drug we did. Espresso shots. That's how much of an old people party it is. A 30-something party.
Yeah.
There's something nice and something sad about it too.
Yeah, nobody was saying like, "Oh, where are we going after this?"
Yeah, nobody. There was no after party. That's one and done. They come to my house, then they Uber home. Nobody was making out. Nobody was hooking up.
No.
Sometimes I wish sometimes people would hook up though.
Do you?
Start an orgy,
Oh.
That's something I've never experienced, I have to say. I've never been part of a party that evolved into an orgy.
Does
I
that
wasn't
happen?
cool enough to be invited to those types of parties. It does happen if you stick it out late enough.
Yeah.
And then there's like 4 people left, and 2 of them are making out, and then you start making out, and then you just kind of join. I assume that's how it works.
Yeah,
I don't know, listeners, write in if you have had this experience before, a party that turned into an orgy. Let us know how it starts. But knowing my listeners, I don't think it's mostly incels, so I don't think it will work. Again, this is the incel podcast. We talked about this many times. And I like incels because you have money to buy my merch.
Which we have a lot of now.
Yes. Don't spend your money on women. Those is terrible. Gold diggers. Spend your money on merch, incels. But yes, write us, leave a comment. If you have been to a party that became an orgy, how does it work? How do I instigate an orgy at my party next time?
I can't imagine that. Not with that lovely group of people. That's not turning into an orgy.
True. Everybody's so paired up.
Yeah.
I'll have a different sort of party next time.
Yeah.
The Nigel's orgy party. We get the help in. You go in and the chefs are just scantily clad. They're all wearing only an apron.
Oh, no.
Not Yoko, though. Yoko's married. Let us know. I'm trying to hire a private chef who's also down for orgies. You're not invited to the orgy party.
Yeah.
I like to keep my work and private life separate, I don't want to have any of that shit.
I just feel like our dynamic would definitely change in this podcast if we've seen each other's genitalia.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet, listeners. Maybe.
Yet.
Maybe for the last episode.
Last episode of season 1.
That's how we go out. Yeah. If I move to LA, Matt, it's time. Speaking of that, no, we won't be doing that. Maybe I'll get you a hair transplant. I wouldn't show you my dick. But speaking of the hair transplant, I showed everybody at the party my hair transplant. They're all very impressed. It's growing in nicely, people.
It is.
Yeah, let me show you guys.
And quickly as well.
Yeah, so see, all the scabs are off now.
Yeah, so it's been like 2 weeks since we last did this.
Yeah, almost 3 weeks. 2 weeks since we last did this, but 3 weeks since the procedure.
Yeah, look how quickly it's growing.
Yeah, for a lot of people, the new hair is gonna fall out, and it might happen to me.
Yeah.
It'll fall in the first 6 weeks if it does. But my surgeon said for some people you get lucky and it starts growing like normal hair. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks like I got an undercut here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah.
No, it does look really good.
Thank you, man. My days of partying as a 20-something-year-old, those days are over. I remember college days, the beer pong days.
Yeah.
Trying to go to a party just to hook up. Now we don't need to do that anymore.
It's quite nice, actually. It's quite liberating not having to worry about that stuff.
Yeah. I wish, and this advice to all the people out there who are in their 20s and you go to parties just to try to hook up. It's very liberating to not have to hook up. So just masturbate before you go to a party. That's my advice to you. Okay? So all the listeners and incels out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you masturbate before you go to a party. They can actually have fun at the party.
And also definitely before the party. Don't do it at the party. That's not a good vibe.
I mean, it depends on the type of party. My next party, that's the vibe. You have to masturbate at my door before I let you in. Come in this dish, please.
Well, that's the password.
Yeah. Come in this bottle, and then we play spin the bottle. They pour it on the ladies.
God.
That's some ideas for you guys, And when I talk to the 20-year-olds, sometimes I find our conversations, just not very interesting. And I wonder when 40-something people talk to us, do they feel the same way?
Definitely.
Really?
So I play football with some 40-year-olds, and I can tell when I'm speaking, they're just like phasing out, if you know what I mean. Like the level of interest is just like plummeting. And I'm like, oh God, I must seem like a child to this adult. Basically.
What do they talk about then? How do we connect with a 40-year-old? Because I like me some cougars too. I know I date a lot of Gen Z people and we talk about Fortnite and TikTok.
Oh, you don't, do you?
We talk about what their favorite Snapchat filter is, Who is your favorite member of BTS?
Amazing.
But when you're 40, what do I talk about? What do you talk about?
Their kids normally.
School.
Tuition, all that kind of stuff.
Nothing I've experienced with. Okay, I'll stick to dating 20-year-olds then. They're nice. They're so boring, and you don't have to listen when they talk. It's so nice.
So bad.
Because you can literally just not even listen, and you won't even miss any important information. You can just be like, yeah, okay, yeah. And then they look up to you. They're like, oh my God, this person's in his 30s, so successful in career. But it's true though, the world, okay, I made the same mistake too when I was in my early 20s, right? Your world is so small. You have zero problems. Your problems are not problems. But you think they are because you never experienced real problems. And then you talk about your fake problems to a grown-up. And they're like, yeah, that's very nice. That's very nice. I don't know how the celebrities do it, like Leonardo DiCaprio. How does he keep dating the same 20-year-olds?
I find it a bit creepy.
I don't know.
His age is a bit creepy.
I'm trying to see what he enjoys about it because clearly listening is not going to be enjoyable. So maybe if I did a 20-year-old, I'm just going to start talking all the time. It's just about me, That'd be good.
That's a good trait in a relationship.
Yeah. I can show them the world. They're very easily impressed, right? You bring them to Mykonos, they're like, oh my God, Mykonos. Ugh, very easily impressed. It's hard to impress someone my age. That's why I don't date them. I have to try. I have to put effort.
Yeah.
You know? Very difficult.
They probably have like a good career and things, and
Yeah.
trying to like find time for each other is difficult. And
Yeah, exactly. That's why I date the 2000 and laters. You know? I want people who don't know what Y2K is. Right?
Yeah.
I don't want the emotional baggage of Y2K in my ladies. On that creepy note, goodbye.